Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 24th, 2021. Hope everybody's having a great day. I want to talk about the death of a legendary hockey player, Bob Plager, who supposedly died in a car crash today at the age of 78. Car crash. Seems like something we've seen before, right? So many celebrities die in car crashes. But so he played most of his career with the St. Louis Blues, and I'm gonna show you guys how his death is connected to the 2019 Stanley Cup, which was won by the St. Louis Blues, and how his death is also connected to this season. Right. So the first thing I noticed when I looked at this man's death is that he died today, a special day in history, because today, not only is it the 83rd day of the year, but today is also 163 days after his 56-year anniversary. You know, he began his career on October 12, 1964 with the St. Louis Blues, and he died 163 days after his 56-year anniversary of starting his career with the Blues, right? And there's also another reason when I want to that I'm saying that today's a special day. Today's a special day not only because it's the 83rd day of the year and the word murder is 83, but on this day back in 2019, there was a special event that took place with the St. Louis Blues, which I'll get into at the end of the video, and it has a lot to do with this man, Mr. Bob Plager. It's really his death is really interesting. I mean, the numbers are perfectly aligned with his death. You know what I don't understand is this is going to be another example of us showing us showing you guys the same repetitive pattern. And I guarantee you there's going to be people watching this video that are going to call this stuff, conspiracy or, bullshit, whatever. I mean, it doesn't get more undeniable than this case right here. So, Mr. Bob Plager, dead on the 83rd day of the year, murders 83. Notice his name also sums to 48. He died on a day with 48 numerology. When he began his career in the 48th NHL season. Bob Plager started his career in the 48th NHL season. And then he died on a day with 48 numerology. He was 78. The name Bob Plager sums to 78, also sums to 42, just like Jesuits. Right? He died 56 years after starting his career. Actually, 163 days after the 56-year anniversary. And 163 is the 38th prime, a number that connects to death, murder, killing, R.I.P. But Noah St. Louis Blues sums to 78. He's dead at the age of 78. His name is 78. So perfect age to die. A legendary St. Louis Blues player. And okay, so I made a mistake. He actually began his career with the Rangers, but then he spent most of his career with the Blues. And notice he retired in 1978, and then he ended up passing at the age of 78. And notice he began his career in 1964. If you read the reporting, it said that supposedly he died on Interstate 64 in a car crash. And of course, the word kill is 64 as well, right? You know, look at the picture that they chose, him holding the Stanley Cup trophy with the St. Louis Blues player. It's because his death is connected to the Stanley Cup that took place in 2019. But look, it says here, St. Louis sports have lost an icon. Blues legend Bob Plager, 78, died Wednesday after a car crash on I-64 in St. Louis. All right? So, he began his career in 64, dies on I-64. But this is really the nail in the coffin here. So in 2019, the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup, and this series I remember because a lot of people in the community had the Boston Bruins winning, and I was the only one telling people that the Blues was gonna win, Because I remember this series. This series, the road team won every game. And that's how they took a lot of people's money. St. Louis Blues won in Boston, defeated the Boston Bruins on the road. But Game 7, the series went to 7 games. And Game 7 took place on June 12th. If you notice up here, Bob Plager was born March 11th. So which means that the Blues, they won the Stanley Cup 93 days after Bob Plager's birthday, 93. And of course, Stanley sums to 93. And from June 12th, 2019, when the Blues won the Stanley Cup, to today, the day that Mr. Plager passed away, 93 weeks exactly. So he died 93 weeks after the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. Which goes to show you once again that ritual sacrifices are connected to the Stanley Cup. To the championship game. They are connected. And this is why I always lean on celebrity deaths and ritual sacrifices when it's time for us to decode who's going to win the championship game. Just think about last year, Kobe Bryant died, and then the Lakers won a championship. Then this year we get Elgin Baylor, a former Laker. What's difficult is because during the season, a lot of players die, a lot of celebrities die connected to the team. The difficult part comes in trying to figure out which celebrity death is connected to the championship game and which one is, and which are just rituals. But this man's death was definitely connected to the Stanley Cup and definitely connected to the Blues. They won 93 days after his birthday, and then he passed away 93 weeks after that. And Stanley's 93, just like Saturn, right? 93 is a big number with the planet Saturn, the keeper of time. But Bruins also sums to 83. He died on the 83rd day of the year. But go back to, I want to show you guys something. March 24th, 2019. It's crazy how history repeats itself. Right? History repeats itself. So this was, it was a. There was something that I learned earlier today when I was looking up this story. They brought up the fact that on March 24th, 2019, Bob Plager was involved in some type of controversy with the Blues, but now I can't find that article. It says here that the Blues confirmed that Bob Plager, the beloved former player, executive head coach, and longtime franchise ambassador, died Wednesday following a two-vehicle accident on I-64 eastbound near Venter. It happened around 1:30 p.m. He was 78. The team announced the death late Wednesday afternoon. When I find it, I'll just leave a comment. So look out for that comment below the video. It's not really that big of a deal. I think the big ritual here is him dying 93 weeks after the Stanley Cup was won by the St. Louis Blues, and how they won the Stanley Cup 93 days after his birthday. I think that's the big ritual, the number 93, because Stanley's 93, just like Saturn. And I want to show you guys, because this year, right, the NHL Stanley Cup, the playoffs, I think this playoff starts on May 11th. I just want to measure from his birthday to May 11th. I'm going to verify this because I'm not too sure that if it starts on May 11th or not. But if it does, then it starts 62 days after his birthday, which is the sacrifice number. But I just want to make sure the date. Because then, I'll definitely be looking at the Blues this year. Because, their last Stanley Cup was connected to this man's death. So why wouldn't this year? Just something to look at, I'm not saying that the Blues are going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I'm just saying this is something to definitely look into. So let's see when the playoff starts for the hockey. So May 11th, Stanley Cup playoffs begin. Okay, so the playoffs begin on his 62nd day of his age. Right? He was born March 11th. The playoff starts on May 11th. Sacrifice is 62. Now, if you measure from today, it's 48 days, which it goes back, connect back to his name, right? Plager's 48. He dies on a day with 48 numerology. And when he began his career in 1964, which was the 48th NHL season. So I'm not too sure how good the Blues are doing. I guess we could look at it, but I'm definitely gonna look into the Blues a lot closer now when I decode these games on Patreon. I know the Blues play tomorrow. They play against the Minnesota Wild. So the St. Louis Blues are 4th in their division. You know, they really have they have a pretty good record. They have 30. They're 16-11, which is not bad. They played 32 games. They only, I would say, 6 games behind Vegas. So let's see if the Blues go on a run. You know, St. Louis Blues also equals 39. So their next win, they're going to pick up that 39th point of the season. But yeah, so the playoff starts 48 days from today. A number that connects to Bob Plager, who began his career in the 48th NHL season. And then he dies at 78. Like his name sums at 78. And Jesuit is 78 and 42, like his name. So, did this man die in a car crash or was he murdered on the 83rd day of the year? You tell me. I'm surprised a lot of more dead people are not showing up in the headlines today. The 83rd day of the year. I mean, there's a reason that song Murder by Numbers came out in 1983. Yeah, there's not a lot of dead people in the headlines today. I'm really surprised. Probably hear about it tomorrow. Oh, I'll take that back. So look, yeah, on the 83rd day of the year, you're gonna see a lot of people dead in the headlines. So actor Houston Tomlin dead by suicide. Oh yeah, sure he did. Sure, he committed suicide. You know, he just enough is enough. He said to himself, right? Oh my God. So we got Mr. Bob Plager in the headlines on the 83rd day of the year. We got that actor. Let's see if there's anybody else. Oh, look. Olympic snowboarder Julie Pomagowski. Her last name is Ski, and she was a skier. Dead at 40 after avalanche in Swiss Alps. Avalanche, like the hockey team. Dead at 40, on the 83rd day of the year. So that's 3 dead people on the 83rd day of the year. It looks like that's it for right now. So 3 people died today. And I guarantee you there'll be a lot more before the day is over. And it's simple. It's because of this. The term murder. It sums to 83. So rest in peace, Bob Plager. And let's keep an eye out on the St. Louis Blues. Somebody said that Wayne Gretzky played for the Blues. Yeah, I know his father died earlier this year. I think it was. Some great observations by the people in the chat. Yeah, people won't hit the like button, but they'll definitely hit the dislike button, which is I appreciate that too because that takes up energy for you to hate on my video, to hate on the stuff that I'm presenting. So if you're a hater of mine, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate anybody who takes time out of their day and dedicate it to me, even if it's just to press the dislike button. I appreciate it all. But I'm really shocked. There's only 3 dead people in the headlines today. I was expecting a lot more. Hmm. All right, so I'll leave it there. I'll probably come back and talk about the other 2 people that passed away. So you guys take care, and I'll see you guys later on. So Eric says, could it be a Colorado Avalanche riddle? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into it with the ski girl. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that death ritual. Just sick stuff that goes on. But I'll see you guys later.